always get views, always the center of attention, always. You feel me? Just I always got. Why do I always got attention? Because I'm not like everybody else, and everybody knows that. That's why they watch people.
That's so funny. No.
What's up, guys? It's your girl Haley.
And I'm Money, and welcome back to
Beefing with the Blacks.
I just want to start this one off by saying we did life updates the last time, and we forgot a major life update. We got MJ. We got MJ back in January. Hey, what's up, MJ? Okay, so MJ is trying to rest right now. He is taking a little nap, but we did add MJ to the family in January, and after we finished the video, I was like, "Oh my god, we forgot all about MJ," because he was sitting right here beside us, minding his own business, and we forgot all about him. But he is a big part of our life update, so I wanted to say that.
Because Money got him Junior. Oh. For today's episode, we are going to get into a little bit of a heavier topic. We're going to get into pregnancy after loss and how different that has been for us.
Yeah, because it has been very different.
Yeah, it really has. I am so grateful that I'm pregnant. It hasn't been an easy journey. Y'all, I'm out of breath every time I speak, but I'll go through it again and again. But one thing I wanted to ask you is last year when we were going through everything, we first got the news that I had to be rolled back for emergency surgery because it was an ectopic pregnancy. What was going through your head?
I'll say the main thing that was going through my head was doing everything I could to be there for you. Because this was something very new to the both of us that we found out about. And we were keeping it between the two of us until we were ready to put it out there.
Oh, yeah.
For this reason in particular, because we didn't want to put it out there and then something drastic happened, which it did happen. But I just know I want it to be everything that you needed me to be. I didn't want to put any.
How's it going in there, KRE? King? Da 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 da. I thought you was going live.
Okay, what am I wearing to this first date? I want my bag to match my outfit. Don't panic. I'm a rocker girly today. My Coins classics coming together. I'm doing my favorite Noita bag. The bag charm is so cute. Okay, I'm ready. Shop yours at coachoutlet.com.
Want to make an impact in the field of education? Shape the future of how we learn with a master's degree in learning experience.
He's born on July 1st?
The first.
Yeah, November 1st.
Wow, that's kind of cool too.
Yeah, it's yeah,
Wow.
ones.
Nice, but I mean, were you guys? Let's start it off.
Let's think about this. What was our childhood like? What was your childhood? People know my childhood. What was your childhood, Tamara?
Our childhood, I would say, was like a roller coaster. I would explain it up and down. Very, very happy moments, and then really dark and sad moments. But I wanted to share a story about our childhood. In particularly, I can remember vividly. One day we were playing. I don't know if you guys know this game. It's on PlayStation 1. It's called WWF Warzone. I would always beat my brother in the game. So this one time he almost got the best of me, but I came back with that Stone Cold Stunner for those of you that know, and he didn't take it lightly, and he broke the PlayStation 1, and I was like, ah. From that day forward, I was like, you are my worst enemy.
How old were you guys?
So I was about 6 years old. My brother was about 5, 4-ish around that time.
And
Yeah.
from a young age, he was a sore loser.
I wouldn't say sore loser, but
Yeah, it was.
no, he couldn't take the loss.
What's like your earliest memory of Johnny? Like when he was born and your parents said, "Hey, you're gonna," well, because you guys are so close in age. At what age were you like, "Oh, this is my little brother," and like, what was your feelings towards him?
The first time I knew he was my brother, unfortunately, I was in kindergarten. I remember my mother was holding him in her arms. We were at the restaurant, and back then Power Rangers was very, very popular, and he came out in a Blue Ranger onesie, and I was jealous. I was majorly jealous. You don't understand, man. I was the Red Ranger, and he became the Blue Ranger out of nowhere. So yeah, that's when I knew that yeah, he's my little brother.
What about you? Reverse the question.
Yeah, I knew from a young age. I was pretty intuitive, like at the age of 4 and 5. So I knew, okay, this is my brother. So my dad would always be like, you have to call him older brother, which is Gaga in Mandarin. And I was like, no, no. And I was like super like a bad kid.
Really? Just
Yeah.
as a baby, you were refusing. For what reason?
Bro, I don't know. I just was stubborn. My brother probably has stories of like me. I don't know if he told me this, but remember the story of me like blowing on the soup spoon or mom blowing on the soup spoon?
Right, right.
Yeah. You want to tell that story?
I thought he was well, she was blowing on it, and my brother would think like, "Oh, why are you blowing it off the spoon? Like, what are you doing?" And I'm like, "Dude, she's blowing on it, you stupid!" Like, so it doesn't burn your mouth. So he learned the hard way. He put it in his mouth. Ah!
Yeah. She used to like, you know how parents would blow the
Yeah.
like for you, but I would be like, like I would get mad.
Want the food just right away.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I would think that she was eating it.
Yeah.
So I was super selfish like that, bro.
Yeah.
And I was just a menace for as a kid.
This was like last week. Remember
Imagine
this?
no, mom. Like 34. No. You can't even say I'm hungry. No. But yeah, this was when I was a kid, like 3, 4 years old, probably.
So what was like your impression of your older brother though, right? Like
He was always a good kid.
Mhm.
Like honestly, he would carry. I remember vivid memories of him carrying groceries for my parents. Like he would be really small. So he's like 5, 6 years old, and he would just walk and like my dad really liked my brother a lot. There's a story where like he legit tried to like not have me. He wanted just my brother. You remember that,
I
James?
remember that.
So there's a story where my mom jumped out the on
Mhm.
ramp because my dad was on his way to abort me basically. And my
Yeah.
mom was like, "No, I want to boom." And when you look at my mom's knees, she has like all of these like scars because she scraped both of her knees like to the white meat, basically.
no
Yeah. And so yeah,
True
my
story, guys. Real facts.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So he didn't I was a oopsie baby. And then how I know was because then we had two more after us, and then my dad aborted them. So he was serious. He was serious. So but he always like he would say stuff when I was younger, like, yeah, why can't you be like James? Because my brother was really good in terms of like he would fight and do all those things as we grew up in the projects, but like he would be good in his academics. Remember, Jeremy? He would do good. Honestly, he would listen. He would listen to my dad. He was close to my uncle, close to my dad, close to my mom. But like I was always a bad kid. Like there's stories of me stealing. My brother, you can tell
I,
stories.
I would tell you, yes, my brother is a thief. Okay, and he was a kleptomaniac.
Was a thief. Was
Okay, was a thief. That's still questionable, but um, yeah. So I remember this one story vividly. So we grew up in Alhambra, around the East LA area, Modern Park area, and there was a particular pizza spot. No, it's not Shakey's, guys. Okay, this was like a different entity from that. Johnny, he was just a rascal, man. My mother would just like try to discipline him, and and he was already keen. He was already smart at the age of like 4. You know. So he's like, "Yeah, mom, you could beat me. Go ahead." And then he would go into the person and be like, "Ha ha, you might have won the battle, mother, but you lost the war. It'd take 20, 50, 100." And you gotta understand, 90s, the currency was like tenfold, man. It was worth that much. So I remember he stole $20 and he goes, "Hey, James, let's go to the Tavern Pizza place."
Yeah.
I forgot the name, sorry. But I'm like, "Okay, you have money?" "I don't have any money." He's like, "I got money." I was like, okay, I didn't question it because very, very, very innocent. So we went and we were playing games, and I remember each time I play a game, I would lose. I would just go home. He was like, "No, play again," and I said, "What? How? How?" And he's like, "I got you," and he slid me another $10. I'm like, bro, $10 to a 5-year-old child to a 6-year-old child back then was like $100.
Yeah.
You know, so ate pizza and all that, and then one day we got caught doing it, or he got caught first. Okay, I remember because he went home early from that pizza place, and I see my mom's Buick Regal just storming, and I see her like she had her hand reached over the vehicle right in the back seat, and she was just like slapping him up. And I'm like, oh, I'm next. So I like went to like an alleyway off the cut, and I ducked, and I just seen it like she just skid past me, and I was like, thought I was.
Hi, Mary.
And then I went back into our house, and then she whooped the hell out of this man. I'll tell you that. That's yeah.
Yeah. My dad too, on top of that. So she beat us, and then my dad like broke a mop, like a mop stick, in 4 pieces. So he broke it in half, and he broke the half in half, basically.
Because he was hitting you so hard with it.
Yeah. And it was like, dude, I couldn't even stand. My brother was getting beat up too, but he got it less because I was the one who stole. And my mom knew. My mom knew it wasn't my brother who stole. Like she knew right away, like it was Johnny for sure, you know. And
yes,
it
guys, he was the active one.
What I'm curious to understand is like if your dad liked you, but like you know, kind of who your dad was, an alcoholic, and he had that rage.
Yeah.
How did he treat you? Like, what's your memories of your dad when you were younger?
I mean, obviously, you know, in
If
the
you
Asian
want.
culture, you know, the father is.
Do you want to see the story?
Yeah, he also you know, he also had to discipline us very tough. And being the older son, just would be example, you know. So when I messed up, yeah,
I don't know what you guys
I
want,
took-
so
I got it, and
I'm here. Ask me anything.
a lot of characteristics.
I'm gonna turn on my light. I don't know what you want.
that my father instilled in me, but also when it came to my brother, it would be the same amount of energy that he would put into his discipline as he did if it was me.
Because you said there was a lot of like highs and lows in your childhood. So like, what are your memories of growing up in the projects? You know, he's kind of explained what that experience was being an outsider. Like, what was that for you?
So for me, yeah, it was like about the same thing. I remember this one memory where it was our first day of school. I was walking and just trying to make friends. I was always the like get along friendly kid,
Yeah.
you know. And then had I known that, I mean, what was going on, you know, amongst the mix, my brother was getting into this fight. First day of school, man.
How old are you?
I think it was 10th grade.
Yeah, fifth grade. Yeah,
Elementary school?
yeah. First, what was it? First day at school, man. And my brother was like 9 years old.
What do you even have beef with on someone who's 9 years old?
I'll tell you.
To explain.
It is the greatest reason why, and I'll tell you why right now. It was over, guys. Brace yourselves, all right? WCW Payless shoes.
I'm on Johnny Chang's
No,
channel,
serious.
and I'm watching him and his brother have an interview about his past.
With Sting, the wrestler's
Definitely go look up Johnny Chang.
on the side of the shoes, man, and the WCW red and gold championship belt logo. You can't beat that.
Yeah,
And
those are
once-
like Travis Scott, Cactus Jack.
Music, I'm doing good.
Man, and
Oh,
yeah,
that's not
so
your name.
he got into this fight with Bruno.
Muchiro, I'm doing good.
Oh, his buddies, and mind you guys, this is
Just relaxing today.
My brother and I at
Watching
new
this
school.
video.
Okay,
That looks really entertaining because I really love Johnny Chang. He's a he talks about God a lot. So
I'm gonna go.
and he was if you know the Chinese gang, he was a gang member.
Not even knowing that, you know.
And yeah, no. He'll tell you everything. And I'm just watching his brother talk about him when he was a kid.
And all I could think about was, I'm gonna go stay in line and wait for handball. I got tallied, you know. But yeah, so he got into this fight, and before that, you know, in the projects, we're fighting with our neighborhood kids already. You know, we were getting picked on. You know, it was a really tough time during those years, and we're very young. You know, but it became very normal to us.
Yeah.
You know, so my brother was fighting this kid, and they're like, "You better beat him up. You know, you better get him, man." And my brother got some hands on and experience from the project in the streets. You know, at 9 years old, and he swung. The kid swung at my brother and hit an air conditioning unit, and it split.
Those bungalows.
Yeah,
Split it.
and it split. And the funny thing is, there was a kid in the classroom. He was getting tutored by the teacher, and she described him like, "Huh." She heard a loud thunk. You know, it was that kid's hand hitting. I mean, she didn't think anything of it. Anyways,
She's on the other side tapping the AC. No worries.
so my brother got the kung fu. You know what I'm saying? He laid it down, man. 1, 2, and then a kick, and this kid fell over, and he's like just worried about his hand, like and he was running, and he tripped him, and my brother did this. I heard right this flying jump kick in the middle of the air, and kicked this guy down, and then the fight got broken up. But after that day, I understood one thing. It's like, man, you're gonna have to fight for respect. That's one thing about it.
That you flying kick the kid?
Yeah, I did. Because he was running, and then I tripped him, and as he was getting up, I basically drop kicked him. I was like, oh, it's
Yeah,
crazy.
pretty much a drop kick.
And then I remember it was a Mexican kid, and so
Yeah.
I at that time what my brother left out was like there was a lot of tension between Asians and Mexicans.
Yeah.
And so especially the gangs out there, and people who know that they know this era, right? But we grew up around that time, so they were picking on me because I was like a fobby looking kid. My mom, because we didn't have money, she would cut our hair.
Yeah.
She dressed me all weird, you know what I mean? And she bought Payless shoes when everyone else had Nikes and Jordans and stuff. So they made fun of me because of my Payless shoes. And what I said was, excuse my explicit, I was like, I'll whoop you in these shoes though. And then I was 9. He's like, what? What? We're gonna fight. All right, meet me in the bungalow, blah, blah. We're like, all right, cool. Little did he know we were already fighting as kids. Between us and also other people, we're already fighting. They didn't know that, right? So we end up fighting, and yeah, like I remember him punching like one of those swimming punches, and I just like dodged it, and he cracked right on the side. I remember when he was running, as he's running from me, it was just blood everywhere. You know those uniforms where you wear it's like those white collar shirts and black or khaki pants. That's what he was wearing. His whole shirt was filled with blood.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, like it was like a shark in water. Right? I saw that and I knew I was gonna get him. So yeah, what my brother said, but it was it was hard. And my brother too also actually got into a fight. Like I think a couple days after that, because they were trying to pick on him too. They were making fun of him too. And he was just like, bro, like I guess my brother saw like, dang, we have to, like he said, fight for our respect. As crazy as it is to think about it now, being 9, right? Jeremy being 10,
Yeah.
to have to get down to establish that, we were already getting cultivated by the gang life before we were even in the gang life. It's kind of how crazy it was.
Pretty much.
So you're 10 when that first fight happens, and
Yeah.
you joined the gang when you were 12.
Yeah.
Right. So in that 2 years leading up to it, is he just getting crazier and crazier? Or like what's happening in the 2 years before he joins the gang first?
Man, what's crazy is I just saw the spiral down, man. It's like one thing after another. I still remember the homies hitting him up and saying, "Hey, like let's kick it." Let's put in work. Let's do what we got to do to survive. To us coming from that prior environment already, we're already trained and we're kind of conditioned to understand this. You know, so yeah, I saw from that point, it just took a drastic turn, man. Not only was he getting involved with fights now we're picking up weapons. It could be simple as a pocket knife, carrying it to school, man. You know what I'm saying? Then it became the semi-automatic era. Where people were carrying guns to school, man.
Yeah.
Little pocket rocket. We call them pocket rockets because
Deuce 5s and deuce.
yeah, deuce 5s, trade deuces, and you can put them in your pocket. And so I've seen it all, man. And then it became severe when started going to juvenile correctional systems and prison.
You guys know I stress the importance of being deep in your word. So we do that every Saturdays at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time in our deep dive Bible class. We go from Genesis to Revelations. We're currently in Leviticus. So all the symbols, all of these unlocks, you guys don't want to miss out. I hope you guys enjoy. It's at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time at coreoftheheart.com every Saturday. Remember, starve the flesh, feed the spirit. See you guys later.
I don't know what to choose.
We all choose the same eternity.
Good work.
No.
It's Thanksgiving. Oh, yeah. Thanksgiving.
I love you.
Da 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 da.
You should definitely be nervous.
Eternity is Thanksgiving.
Apartments.com helped me.
Are you almost done with the braid or done with the braid?
Find your place on apartments.com.
Okay, I'm gonna have to call you in my room in a second. It's already 9 o'clock.
We're Maurice's, and we're here to give you that styled feeling.
Okay, thank you.
Come together and enjoy
Now come here.
snacks and endless laughs with your crew. Get ready to bowl
You.
state-of-the-art lanes. Then dive into our action-packed arcade where the fun never stops. The flavors.
You need me to part your hair for you.
Let the good times roll at Lucky Strike.
You haven't or no? Turn on the light.
What's going on in your head before you kind of feel like, wait, maybe I should join the gang? Like, are you kind of like stuck with, hey, I'm trying to do well and get out of here? Like, yeah, what's your life like?
Okay, so I'll tell you one thing, brother.
You gonna put 4 braids in your hair?
If you
Okay, go ahead.
look up the definition,
4
I'll get you my
singles?
picture. Definitely.
Because I'm talking about 4 straight backs.
So
Yeah, no.
because when we grew up as boys, you know, what do boys want to do? They want affirmation. You know, they want to fit in.
These out.
Yeah, and that's what I
You
want.
can go ahead and put 4 bands
I
knots
do
in your
with
hair.
my Payless shoes, man. I have the Air Walk.
Take these
You
out.
know, my brother had the WCW shoes.
No, don't take them out. You're gonna put 4 straight backs in your hair.
Some bands because I wanted to fit in. You know, but that wasn't enough because some other kid had the same bands that I got. So now I'm a
You okay?
copycat. It's just, you know what I mean? It's never.
We understand
enough.
that we're taking these
So then
out
when I
for
met the
reasons.
homies, I was like, you know, I saw
We're
them.
gonna
I'm like,
part
"Damn, I just want to be
right
just like them. They don't care about anyone's
Mhm.
opinions. You know, they
Just
do
tell me
their
to
own.
come here so you can part my hair.
Like, and I wanted to be that.
Do you
You
want
know,
to do
but
that?
I thought that would gain
No.
respect and matter, you know? So that was kind of the transition
Do
where
your
my
hair.
innocence was kind of, you know.
And don't be sitting there watching TV with your hair in the clips.
I was
I'm
about
confused.
14, maybe
Go do your hair.
13 years old.
Hurry up.
Are you gonna party? Transition.
I thought you said, do you want me to do that? You said no.
It was about that time.
No, you said, do I want to do that?
I remember
Give me the comb.
him just come in and be like, man, I'm never gonna be the nice guy anymore. Like he was just like, I don't want that. So it was a little bit of that too. But he was always cool with everybody. My brother knew a lot of other gang
Now, where do I sit?
members too. Yeah, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But like he was just always like chilling with everybody. And then one day it was like, you know, got picked on
Ow.
severely. It was like rolling trash dumpster, like all this crazy stuff, right? And so
Turn
he
to the
was just like,
TV.
I'm not gonna be that no more. And that's when I saw his shift. I was like, oh, he shifted into a monster. You know, I mean, he'll tell you like my anger was really bad, and right, I would blow up on every little thing. But like
Hurry up and turn
I
around.
saw that it was such a contrast because he was like chill. Yeah,
Your head up.
right?
I don't know
But
what
he'd
you're
be
looking
like,
at.
"Nah, I have to fight
4.
now." And then it
Just see
turned
my
into
head?
like, no, now
Put your head up.
be like the aggressor. And now that I saw that shift, it was kind of crazy. Yeah.
Crazy that it just seems like it was normal life for you. Like you guys are growing up in the projects, getting in fights. It just seems like, oh, the people around me were joining gangs. It just seemed very normal that was like kind of the next progression. Like I'll tell you, that's not necessarily normal. Like I didn't have that experience, and I'm sure a lot of people watching wouldn't consider that experience normal. For you guys growing up, did that all feel normal, or did it feel like you were in the projects or potentially outcast? Or for you, was this just normal everyday life? Like nothing seemed out of the ordinary.
That's a pretty good question. So, yeah, it was very normal to us, man. I don't know what it was. It's probably something in the water. I don't know. I couldn't tell you, but it was. I hate to say this, and I hate it because, you know, it was a different time, man. That's all I can tell you. It had a lot to do with racial influence too, and you know, some stereotypes, you know, they expect you to have and to embrace, like. You know, Asian people are doctors, they're mathematicians, right? Bad drivers though. Just kidding, guys. Just kidding. But you know, you hardly see the
And trash.
side of it. You know, you hardly see that. When the other races they see that, they go, man, you had an opportunity that I didn't have. You know, and you clucked it off.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna make you pay for this. You know, or sometimes there's just like, hey man, you know, I don't like you. You know, I just don't like you because, you know, for some certain reason, you know, and I feel like that was a lot of what was normalized in our era. You know, who's the better person, who's the bigger man or the bigger boy, whatever, you know. But that's how I see it as, and there was a lot of tension between us, a lot. I hate to say it now because those times they bring back a lot of negative like feelings and vibes. I'm grateful to what the Lord has put us here today to do. You know what I'm saying? We're all united, all under one. And uh that is my personal opinion about how it was normalized from back then.
Yeah, it was normal back then. It was normal to have racial tension, to be like one side is Asian and the other side is Hispanic, you know? That was a very normal thing. And it was because of the era that he was talking about, you know? So it just happened with all the gang politics, basically. And that's what it was. And then we didn't understand that as kids. We were victims of that. And that was bleeding from families into families. So like they would say, like, all these guys, these chinitos, whatever, are this way, and you know they're not cool, we're not cool with them, and so the kids were just acting off of the politics, not even recognizing that they were creating this tension. And it's beautiful because what my brother's basically saying is it normalized the language of like not even just racism and discrimination, but it was normalized back then to be segregated, normalized to be like murderous, rageful, vengeful, broken home. That was a normal thing. And so, you know, when I got to prison, him getting to prison too, we started to see that, oh my gosh, we're literally just two peas in a pod. Like we all both, whether what race you are, we're all universally interconnected through this like negativity and things that are like these generational curses and traumas that are passed down. And we didn't even know. We're fighting each other, but we're literally the same copy, like carbon copy of one another, just different races. So it's really cool. And that's why he says he kind of regrets it in terms of like, you know, we went at it with people, but it was like we're basically killing ourselves.
Some young kid who also had abusive parents that also grew up in the projects and was
Yes.
just kind of told that's your enemy for no reason.
It's the same story, brother. It just has a different cover on it. You know what I'm saying? It's the same book, man. It just has a different cover, and you know.
Okay, you can go ahead and
Yeah.
comb that out. Grease it first.
That's a bar.
Comb it out. And
Exactly.
and grease it. Start braiding and comb.
And that's mirroring exactly what's going on in the heavens across America right now.
What I'd be curious to know is
Do the rest. There's only one more part that you have to do, I think.
because he went
Yeah,
in
go
at
ahead, do
12.
yours.
What was your first experience?
I'm gonna call you in
So
here.
my first
And the
time,
next
juvenile hall,
Well, it is,
I
isn't it?
went to a San Bernardino County.
the next 20
That was my
minutes.
first juvenile
And
hall
I'm gonna
experience.
expect you to have
I was
That's right.
15, and I went to juvenile hall for joyriding.
Can you give me my plate?
Joy until I got caught. But I did, yes.
Is that a no?
You know, me and my boys we stole farm. You know.
Yeah, they are.
And, I was greedy. See, this is why you never get greedy, right? So I'm just like, man, I sold this car.
It only takes 12 minutes with a preheated oven and fries that are not frozen. It only takes 12 minutes.
I was riding it, and you know, usually the boys will tell you, "Hey, man, it's only good for like 1 or 2 nights. You gotta dump it." You know, but me, I had it for a week and a half.
Jane, I'm missing a lot.
I did not know how to fold them or play them.
We're watching a movie, right?
Yeah.
And hit an air conditioning unit, and
And
it
it's
split.
those bungalows. That's
I am a
pretty true,
people
though.
pleaser. So because training, we're kind of
Join the gang. Like, are you kind of like stuck with, hey, I'm trying to do well and get out of here? Like, yeah, what's your life like in that?
okay. So I'll tell you one thing, brother. I'm a people pleaser, man. If you look up the definition, you see my picture. Definitely, I am a people pleaser. So because when we grew up as boys, you know, what do boys want to do? They want information. You know, they want to fit in. You know, and that's what I wanted. Hey, I threw away my Payless shoes, man. I had the Airwalks. You know, my brother had the WCW shoes, but I traded in for some Vans because I wanted to fit in. You know, but that wasn't enough because some other kid had the same Vans that I got. So now I'm a copycat. It's just, you know what I mean? It's never enough. So then when I met the homies, I was like, you know, I saw them and I'm like, damn, I just want to be just like them. They don't care about anyone's opinions. You know, they're like, they do their own, man. They're jackals, man. Like, and I wanted to be that. You know, like I thought that would gain respect in a manner. You know, so um, that was kind of the transition where my innocence was kind of, you know, as well as my brothers.
How old are you then?
I was about 14, maybe turning 14, 13 years old. I was in junior high transitioning to like the high school era. So it was a bit that time.
I remember my brother getting picked on. I remember that day. Him just coming and be like, man, I don't want to. I'm never gonna be the nice guy anymore. Like he was just like, I don't want that. So it was a little bit of that too. But he just, yeah, he was always cool with everybody. My brother knew a lot of other gang members before they were gang members too,
Yeah.
which is kind of crazy. But like he was just always like chilling with everybody. And then one day it was just like, got picked on severely. It was like rolling trash dumpster, like all this crazy stuff, right? And so he was just like, I'm not gonna be that no more. And that's when I saw his shift. I was like, oh, he shifted into a monster. I mean, he'll tell you like my anger was really bad, and right, I would blow up on every little thing.
Right.
But like he would, when I saw that, it was such a contrast because he was like chill. Yeah, he would fight, but he would be like, I have to fight, And then it turned into like, no, now I'm gonna be like the aggressor. And now that I saw that shift, it was kind of crazy. Yeah.
Crazy that it just seems like it was normal life for you. Like you guys are growing up in the projects, getting in fights. It just seems like, oh, the people around me were joining gangs. It just seemed very normal that that was like kind of the next progression. Like I'll tell you, that's not necessarily normal. Like I didn't have that experience, and I'm sure a lot of people watching wouldn't consider that experience normal. For you guys growing up, did that all feel normal, or did it feel like you were in the projects or potentially outcast? Or for you, was this just normal everyday life, like
Don't
nothing
forget the hot sauce.
out of the ordinary?
That's a pretty good question. So,
Wow, that's a lot of
very
food.
normal to us, man.
It's
I don't
'cause the
know
plate
what it
is
was. It's
big.
probably something in the water. I don't know. I couldn't tell you, but it was.
Oh, this is
you
like
could say
what
that, and I hate it because
Thing had yesterday in
Yeah.
Maya.
it was a different time, man.
We don't have to watch a movie right now.
Right now it's 9 o'clock.
I understand we don't have to do it today. Do it on Wednesday.
What are we cooking in?
Oh yeah, I did want to talk to y'all about that. Can I get some hot sauce?
Bring it in here. I'm not bringing it out. I'm not bringing it back out.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, guys. I did want to stay on for an hour, but I got to skedaddle. And yeah, 6, 7.